All right, we're back. Watch it as live. So, for those listening on replay, potentially, you can express your thoughts in the comments. But we're here for the Joshua versus I was gonna say Franklin, but Joshua versus Franklin post fight. I meant that by accident. So yeah, a lot of people started talking about this fight probably a couple weeks out till it happened, and I put my poll out yesterday. I think it was, it was for me yesterday anyway. But I asked people who they thought would win, and I had 6 votes in total, and all 6 voted for AJ. Now I didn't put in an actual thing for what do you call it? I didn't put a thing in for an option for how it will end, whatnot. But I then went on to say that AJ will actually walk through the sky. And I stand corrected. I put my hands up. I was wrong. I was incorrect about the walking through process. I did pick him to win, so I got half of it right. So 50% I got wrong. The other 50% I got right. So there is that. At least there are 2 sides to that coin. But yes, the fight happened, and I got up for it, and it didn't really feel that different. Him being at the O2, it didn't look like a huge crowd, to be honest. But maybe that's because I wasn't really looking in the crowd too much. You look at the fight, you look at the 2 competitors, the 2 combatants in there. But what do I make of the fight? Yeah, not really a good performance from Joshua, which he's actually said himself it could have been better. But I just don't think it was really good because, to me, and it probably reminded me of Molina the way he came out in the first round, because it was like, red gloves, kind of squared up, muscular. So I thought, oh, maybe he'll, take that aggressive approach he did against Molina. But you have to understand, like, that was probably his best option, Molina style. I've always said that fight, like, he barely got hit at all. He made himself a small target, and his aggression was really good. Like, I just didn't. I mean, I did. I'm not looking at it like he's got to be perfect the whole fight, but again, like, when you find someone 6'2", you got to kind of impose yourself a bit in the proper way, obviously. But for me, it was a bad fight to watch, honestly. It was a bad fight. I think early on it was okay because Franklin was landing a lot of jabs and he bloodied up his nose, which may have made it interesting, but nothing really became of that. Um, Aside from Joshua's trunks turning from white, which they originally were, to red. And the way I see it, I mean, I always say, like, try your best not to wear white in the ring because, your opponent will look at that and gain confidence. I bloodied him up that much to the point in which there's just blood everywhere. And some of it's from the corner water as well. But me, genuinely speaking, it wasn't a good fight. Honestly, I didn't. There were some moments where I was like, ooh, because, like, they would exchange and every time they'd exchange, you could hear the impact of the punches, but you could just tell AJ there was a difference between him and Jermaine when they both connected and they both traded jabs or they both landed it. Even if it hit them on the shoulder or if it hit them on the arm or the chest, you could just hear the crack. You could really hear it. And because AJ was wearing those Everlast gloves, I do think you could really hear the impact a bit more because it's a bit more horsehair-like material. Not quite, I don't think, but you could. That's how it looked. And Franklin, he's got those small gloves on as well. So, I'm all right with it. With what Jermaine was doing early on, it's just that he stopped doing it. I don't know what. I'll get to Jermaine a bit more, but I think AJ, man, he needs to just move the head more because it's still too easy to hit him on the straight line, I find. One improvement he did make with Derek James, this is the only improvement I saw, was the left hand up on kind of a little angle high up, and that kind of stopped some of the offensive, punches coming forward from Franklin. And you block that side well when you do it like that. He didn't do it the whole fight, but it's a good way of Chris Arreola does it a bit, but it's a good way of blocking punches. It blocked some right hands as well, so that is a good way of going about it and blocking it. But I think everything else was not really good. I mean, that left hook to the body, people keep talking about it. I mean, AJ knew how to throw that shot already. Sorry. He already knew how to throw it. He was throwing it in that Usyk fight, for example. What else? The feints were okay at the start because it was backing Jermaine up a bit. I don't know. The right hand was good, but then AJ started like pulling back on it and not turning it, and just kind of looking a bit sloppy with it. I feel like there were times later on in the fight where he was getting a bit tired and he was throwing these combinations: right hook, left hook, right hook, left hook. But they're like arm punches almost, and you could see the elbow was barely flicking up when he was actually doing it. So I was like thinking, damn, like he must be tired. Both guys were tired. And I think the holding early on played a factor into that. I don't know why these guys allow each other to be held. Like, they got to break space, man. They got to break the space, and they got to they have to turn. They have to take a step back. And I mean, AJ said that after the fight that he himself should have done it. But I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. Like, if it happens again, like, will he be able, to go ahead and comment on that and go back to that and actually remember? Because for me, dude, honestly, like, I don't really like this thing of just kind of being cumbersome in the clinch. Like, there were some good things he did, where he'd like kind of just turn his head a bit and then throw the uppercut. That was landing really nicely in the clinch, but again, like, you've got to make space. You've got to take a turn and angle. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. We've got Dari Pennant in the chat, botting away as usual. Thanks for stopping by. Jermaine Franklin versus Daniel Dubois would be a good boxing match. Yeah, I think that would be I mean, dude, after that performance today, I think Dubois may stop the guy. Just having a drink. Dubois may stop the guy, guys. Because you can't getting hit by AJ with those right hands. Dubois, in my opinion, has close to just as hard as a right hand, and because Jermaine has now taken more punishment in these fights, he's not exactly gonna have that same punch resistance. That is for any fighter. A bad thing that Jermaine did in the fight was when he got hit, he kept falling into AJ, and then AJ kept landing those little clinch punches and those right hooks. That's bad, man. Jermaine has a lot of really bad tendencies. One of them was one is actually the left hand being down. I mean, that's why he was getting hit by right hands a lot. The other is, this is just habits, right? The other is the falling in when he gets hit. I don't know if it's because he gets hurt, because he doesn't look hurt, really. He looks more, maybe dazed, but like fatigued. You can't fall in. Don't chase. That's another bad habit he does. He chases when he's in that clinch. Like, he kind of sticks his left out and turns his head to the side and kind of, like, gallops forward. He did it with Dillian a bit, but, like, there's that. Again, being cumbersome in the clinch, like AJ himself, languishing there. That's no good. You can't do that. if that was Fury, I mean, God knows what would have happened with, the elbows and whatnot. But what did Jermaine do? Well, he landed good jabs early on, those were working well. He went away from it, and I don't know why. It takes the least amount of energy to throw that punch. So, I mean, him being tired, I don't know, maybe, but the body work was good early on. I think at that point, though, throughout the fight, all he kept going to was the right hook to the body, and then hit smother. I don't know why he was doing that. I mean, he just didn't know how to work it on the inside. He didn't know how to. He didn't know how to, to enter in. He's not a guy that cuts a distance. It's funny. A lot of these shorter guys that fight actually aren't really inside fighters, even. So that's just what it is. Adari Pennant says Anthony Joshua will become heavyweight champion again. I hope so, but it is looking very difficult unless there's a vacant belt on the line or someone else gets them. TS Boxing says salute to you. I didn't really watch the fight, but from the tape, it was a clear decision. Yeah, it was clear. I'm surprised you didn't see it, actually, but I think you should watch it all through because just to gain the perspective of what me and maybe a few other people are talking about. But I watched all of it live, and it was okay for the first 4 rounds. And then after that, it was just kind of boring. I remember AJ fucking hit Jermaine with this hard-ass jab, and I was like, woo! I go, because you could really hear it, like the impact. Like, I don't know, the way he threw it, the way it looked, the sound, like, I kind of was like, shit, like, is he all right? He was landing some wild punches, AJ, at times, like, just looping these uppercuts from the floor up. And Jermaine's head would literally, like, snap back. And then he'd be okay. Like, he just, he'd be all right. But like I said, both guys got tired, but AJ had a bit more in the tank, I think, he had a bit more. What do you say? Suffice to say, the landlord was dormant again, right? Unfortunately, he was, Tyrone. I said at the start of the stream, I stand corrected. I got my prediction 50% wrong in terms of, I got it completely wrong with the domination, getting him out there in 4 rounds. But I got the other bit right in the fact that he would win. But he had low output. And I see Eddie Hearn and fans saying that he had good stamina, but he didn't. He had low output. And he actually got tired from holding and throwing lazy right hands. So it was a bad performance, in my opinion. It was bad. I mean, Jermaine was pretty bad too. But, like, overall, it was a horrible watch. It was horrible. It was fucking bad, man. But I think you should watch it just to get the thing. What did he say? Did he spend this fight trying new things? He did try some things, and one of those was the stepping left, step right. Shout out to BWTM because I heard him talking later before about this. Step to the left, step to the right, tie up. Step to the right, step to the left, jab. Step to the right, jab, tie up. Like, he was trying to do too much. And Derek James said it himself after. He said the stuff that he teaches, the Ghost, Frank Martin, I'm putting that out there as the nickname, and Errol and those guys, with certain things, he said you can't teach AJ, which is why I warn people of. I said just because he's good for those guys does not mean that he's good for AJ. And AJ was confused, and again, Derek was telling him a million things. Don't blow your nose, breathe. He kept trying to throw the punches in front of AJ in the corner to, like, show him how to do it. I thought, like, you've been in camp for, like, 2 months, I guess. Like, I think it's safe to say that we don't need to really show that at all. We just kind of need to tell the guy what to do, and he goes out and does it. He threw, like, 2 left hooks to the body the whole fight. So that tells me that whatever body work they were doing, they didn't really come through with. I think AJ likes Derek because Derek kind of shuts the fuck up. And because AJ says good things about Derek, Derek is more accommodating to it. That's what it looked like the whole time, this whole week. There was I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a little tussle after the fight. For some reason, AJ decided to punch Jermaine in the back of the head. When the final bell went, that finished the fight. Both guys were walking away, but AJ tried to tap him at the back of the head, and it hit his ponytail. And Jermaine turned around, and it was almost funny to see Jermaine confronted AJ. So AJ just grabbed him and just put his head in his chest and winced. And then they pulled each other to Jermaine's corner. And then one of Jermaine's cornermen pushed AJ. And then Derek James went in to break it up. There weren't any punches thrown. It was just a little scuffle sort of thing, a bit of pushing and shoving. And apparently Tony Bellew tried to get in there, which was embarrassing, I think. I didn't see him, though, but it was just a bit stupid. I mean, it was dumb. Anthony Joshua versus Miller. I'll get to that in a sec, Dari Pennant. What did he say? Yeah, he said versus Miller. Okay. Let me read this. The one who wins in all this is James, in that it was mediocre performance that he can build off, which justifies his position, so it can really stick to his bank accounts. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what he said. He said one fight at a time. It's about development. Development is over, guys. He's 33 years of age. It's over. Development is over. At this point, AJ needs to throw punches and throw them without getting countered and hit with things back. And work on the head movement. You know what it looked like a bit, Tyrone? It looked like the Parker fight, just a little bit, in some aspects. But the Parker fight was way better. It was, better jab and everything. If he lost, he would have got sacked. If he dominated him, he would have got rid of him the fight after because he wouldn't need him. The fight after this fight, or the fight after this fight? But he'd keep him because in his mind, he'd probably think, oh, I won because Derek taught me this. If he dominated him. Yeah. Joshua versus Miller. People disagree with me on this, but dude, if Jerome Miller is in shape, he beats AJ, man. Or he can beat AJ. The danger for Jarrell in that fight is he will get hit with the hardest punches he's ever been hit with. So can he take it is the question. If he can, AJ's going to have to go Ruiz style and box him off the back foot. And that way he can win easier. But Jarrell knows how to walk up on guys and actually fight aggressively and fight with that imposing style. Jermaine does not. Because Jermaine does not, that's why really from round 7-8 onwards, he was getting backed up or not being able to control the ring. Jermaine kept getting pummeled in the clinch. And dude, he kept falling in. It was bad. It was bad. I just thought it was bad, man. I just thought it was bad how he was falling in. Honestly. After the next fight, because although they are superstitious, money is the bottom line, so he might come to his senses. Maybe. But in saying that as well, I said that AJ will walk through him, and you said, well, with Derek in the corner, he probably won't. So you were right about that. But because of the way it's turned out, he's staying on, Jarrell is done, to be honest. I don't think we should just measure it off the Brown fight. I mean, I watched that fight in full. Dude, he was out of shape, but I mean, these guys, man, they can't do shit to Jarrell even though he's out of shape. So I mean, I don't know. Until someone does some shit, it's funny. I'd actually be quite thrilled if Dillian fights Jarrell next, because I think Jarrell can beat Dillian. That's not happening. I heard Jarrell mention it today. He was talking a lot after the fight. I may actually have him on the show. I've been in contact with this team and they got back to me surprisingly, but since then they haven't said anything, so I don't know, but we'll see. I'm not joking. That's what's happened. But Anthony Joshua needs to drop the weight to the 40s. Maybe. I think maybe 240 is good for him. Maybe 235. You don't want to shrivel way down. You know what I mean? You want to keep some strength. But I think 255 is too heavy. Way too heavy. You know? This is way too heavy. This is way too heavy, man. He gasses out. You know? He just gasses out. But I mean, yeah, fucking, I don't know, man. It's just a bad fight to watch, man. It was not good to watch. Neither guy really wanted to, separate themselves, and I think AJ coming forward was better, in that sense, because he was just aggressive and trying to let his hands go. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It wasn't really a good watch. It wasn't a good watch. It was not a good watch. Tony Bellew fucking talking about the altercation with Team Franklin. This Lauren Woods woman probably knows nothing about tight lips. And Derek James interview. I don't know, man. AJ really has to get it right because, wow. Yeah, I saw a channel going in on Derek James. Holy crap, dude. It's a channel we don't like, but they're not wrong. Let me just listen to this.
I'll fucking meet you at the right hand. You've been watching that Creed too much. He is Creed. Oh, yeah. I'm not Creed. What's up with that? His mate apologised to me. I just said, you can't. I didn't want the trouble with him. I just said, what are you doing? And he went, what are you going to do? I said, well, what the fuck are you going to do? So he stepped down and said, let's go. I just stepped aside on. I thought he's going to...
Nah, that's Cap from Belly because he got asked first what he was going to do. Like I said, man, the problem with the whole AJ thing, man, is too many people protect AJ. Like, that's my gripe. Like, just be open about it. You know what I mean? Like, I like AJ, but that was shit. That was bad performance. Like, the thing he did right was he put the pressure on Franklin when it was, kind of 50-50, but he was not imposing, dude. He was not. The landlord ain't back, dude. The landlord is not back at all. I'm telling you now, man. He ain't back. He ain't back, man. He's not back. It's a bad fight. I mean, as for Jermaine, I mean, look, I don't know how much Jermaine got, but they must have paid him a lot of money. I don't know. Like, what's Jermaine gonna do now? It was funny because there was another American heavyweight, Stephen Shaw. Haven't said that name in a while. He was saying that should have been him. On that night doing that. So I mean, I think it may have been a bit better, a bit worse for AJ because maybe he would have had to think a bit more in that fight. Maybe he would have had to think a little more. But fuck, man. I mean, just it was a bad fight. I mean, he should have probably gone and just got some, some other opponent. He probably should have fought Stephen Shaw. Actually, to be honest, Oh my god, dude. Alright, let me read. Did Shaw really come out recently? What's he said on his Instagram? He said, hold on a minute. On his Twitter, let me check his Twitter. Julian Twitter. No, that's not it. Big Shot Shaw. Big Shot. Alright, Stephen Shaw. I'm on his Twitter. guy's Twitter. Let me see this. Hasn't been a cake. Oh, this is him replying to Lou DiBella. This was March 29th. Hasn't been a cakewalk for me either. I'm happy for Franklin. I just wish Franklin didn't pull out of our fight. I feel as this could have very well been me, but God is my sustainer and my true moment of glory will come. Right. That was that. And then, that's David McWhorter. And then on the Instagram, he put a story up the other day, which was of his most recent post as a picture, which was, those are pins. Big Shot Shaw. This is him going through the tunnel for the Ajagba fight. I'm knocking everyone the F out from here on out. 100 sign. Glove emoji, bicep flex emoji, purple devil emoji, hashtag give them what they want, hashtag team big shot, hashtag reign supreme, hashtag seek and destroy, hashtag no surrender, hashtag no retreat. Cuz Hill is in there. And yeah, that's what he had to say, but yeah. Heavy, hold on a minute. Round and round, here we go. Round and round, here we go. Up and down, learn that song. Oh, I'm just gonna come back to that bot comment in a minute. Lol the Twitter, I see what you did there. But I didn't do anything. I don't know what you're talking about. A heavy Anthony Joshua versus heavy Deontay Wilder. Question mark with two thoughts emojis. How about you put your prediction down, Adari? What do you think about that? What do you think of that? Who do you have winning that? You're the one that's asked the question. Why don't you express your opinion on it? You know? Adari's not bad, you know. For a bot, the bot is good, you know? Because we don't, there is no category. A bot is not a female nor a male, so, you know. So, yeah. Stephen Shaw versus Anthony Joshua at this time. At this time, that's a new one. Got the clock emoji. Is that a clock? That's a clicking, a ticking clock. You know what? Actually, why not? Hey, why not? Why not do that? Why not do that? Let me see. Anyone in the rankings? Huh? Anyone in the rankings? Let me check the rankings. You know, let me check the rankings. WBC rankings. Alrighty. I'm checking the most recent because not all of these are accurate, guys. As Daniel Cormier says, guys, because I don't know why he says that. He's not there. He's not there. He's not there. This Zan Kosabutsky, man, he's been around forever, it seems. Fabio Woolley's up there. Oh my goodness, that guy sucks. The sailor lost, man. He lost. I knew he was going to lose anyway. I warned you. Where's Stephen Shaw at? He's number 33 in the WBC. He fucking dropped way down. You said someone IG that I may or may not be intimate with. Lol, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Maybe he's responding to something else in there. But yeah, I mean, I'll talk about this fight down the line more. But if you guys want to bring any points up or whatever, feel free to. It's 8 o'clock here right now, so I got some time. Well, I got time anyway, but bring up whatever you want, man. You know, I'm glad to entertain some comments and some thoughts, some questions, statements, whatnot. You know, I'm just having a drink. So yeah. Stephen Shaw is a very good heavyweight boxer. Yeah. Yeah, I thought so at one stage. I don't know about now. Actually, that's probably who AJ should go for next. He should go for a Jugba. Getting there with someone a bit bigger. Getting there with someone bigger. A Nigerian guy. Knock him out. Because the guy hits hard, right? And he's a bit menacing to the people. So that will get AJ's confidence up, I think. And AJ will beat the crap out of him anyway. So get him. Get him in there with him. Get him in there. You know? Don't mind it at all. Don't mind it at all. I tell you what, though, AJ said something weird after the fight. He said no one will remember this fight in like 15 years or whatever. And then he also said I couldn't knock him out, but someone else from the UK might knock him out. Like, I don't get this thing like AJ has against American fighters. Like, and see, it doesn't make sense, right? Because he has an American trainer, so I don't really I don't know, like those guys, like Tony Bellew used to say, like they all got a thing against Americans. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. You know what I mean? Like historically, the UK and the US don't even really have a rivalry with anything, to be honest. They really don't. So I'm kind of just I'm wondering what, you know, where that comes from, you know? I'm just wondering where that comes from. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, you know? But Anthony Joshua versus F.A. Jugba is a risky fight. I mean, I'm pretty sure AJ wins that fight. Even after today, I'm pretty sure he wins. You know, I'm pretty sure he wins that fight. I mean, it's not rocket science. You are there to do a number on the guy. So I mean, it is what it is. You know. My internet going out. Oh, man, dude, this internet is giving me grief lately. All right, I think it's good now. Should be good now. All right, good. But yeah, that's an easy fight for AJ, in my opinion. But they won't take it. I'm wondering. It'll be Dillian next. It'll be Dillian. That's right. I mean, Dillian does not stand much of a chance. So I don't really know what that is all about. You know. Well, I know what it's about. It's to get his confidence up, and it's a payday. But it's more, like AJ said, it's more beneficial for Dillian than it is what do you call it? And then it is AJ himself, because Dillian wants the payday, and he thinks he can beat AJ on some planet. So I don't really know what else it brings AJ. Yeah, I mean, even after this performance, I'm honestly, Dillian probably is the easier fight. I'm gonna be honest. You know, but you would trust me, if Dillian fights AJ, he'll go for it. Trust me, he'll go for it more than these last two fights. I'll tell you that. But he'll get knocked out in the process, and knocked out bad. It'll happen the same way, pretty much. Just maybe AJ will be a bit more measured with it. He'll keep it long, because Dillian doesn't know how to fight tall guys. He's bad at fighting tall guys. He struggles with them. You know, he struggles a lot with tall guys, and because he's got to be trying to punch up, he's got to leave himself open against AJ. And AJ's just better, man. Yeah, like, I mean, going off one amateur fight, I mean, that fight went the distance. I mean, he got knocked out in 6 rounds, dude. I mean, that took, what, 15, 18 minutes altogether, that fight? I mean, AJ probably lost 1 or 2 rounds in a fight that was short. So I mean, it doesn't matter, does it? You know? I mean, really. Why do you keep asking about that fight, man? Like, you keep asking about Joshua Wilder. Like, that shit's dead, man. That's in the fucking past. No, I'm sorry for my swearing, but I'm not sorry. Like, that's dead in the water, That's dead in the water. I mean, does AJ even get credit if he beats Deontay? Like, let's be honest. You know? I mean, he barely mentions his name now. He talks about Fury all the time. Today, after the fight, it was Fury is the next for Fury. The fans want Fury. They don't want Deontay. You know, yes, they're asking a UK crowd, but you know, AJ is like, oh, who's next? Who's next? Like, dude, even when Fury was in his state of whatever back in 2017, AJ was like, oh yeah, I want to bring Fury out of retirement, this and that. He said 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 it. He's just got this thing with Fury. He's got to fight Fury. He's got to fight Fury. Well, then make it happen. Then, if you want to do it, you know. But what I don't want to hear is if that fight happens and he loses, a bunch of excuses. Now, granted, Fury will probably cheat him, which is a whole different thing. But like, come on, not a chance, dude. Not a chance. Not a chance at all. He's not fighting. I really know that. I mean, does Fury even get credit if he beats AJ? You know what I mean? Because then they'll probably just say, oh, Fury beat no one. You know? AJ was past it. He's already been beat. You can't win. You can't win. Jarrell Miller fight is better, in my opinion. I like that fight. That's a good fight, honestly. If Jarrell Miller is in shape and he doesn't test positive and, you know, postpone the bout and just, you know, exclude it altogether, it's a good fight. It'll be good. Build-up should be good like it once was. I would like that fight. That's a good fight, though. We don't have to see it, but I would like it for sure, you know? I ain't tripping with it, you know? It's a good fight, man. Jarrell Miller keeps calling him calling him out. So, you know, but they're never going to give him the opportunity. He's got to go the WBA route. Simple as. Oh my Lord. 3 days ago. Just looking at this video. Miller's got some fans though. I'll give him that. There's some people supporting him on Instagram. Just looking. He's in New York now. Yeah, he's just doing stories. I'm just looking through his Instagram, honestly. Yeah, I'm just looking through, man. Apologies for me. Oh, wow, he was at the Karate Combat event. That's cool. Jarrell Miller. It's hard to fucking hurt guys like Jarrell Miller, man, because they're big dudes. They know how to ride shots, and they have a big body and a big skull protecting them, you know? Chin down, tight guard, strong base, heavy, strong, durable. You know? That's what it is, you know? That's just how it goes. Yep, that Dillian White fight, man, with Jarrell Miller. That could be the one that gets Jarrell back in the mix, you know? I mean, Manuel Charr wants to fight Jarrell Miller. Manuel Charr's going to get his ass whooped, dude. He's chasing everything and everyone. He was doing that shit with Fury as well. He was trying to, fight him. Like, that guy's a joke, man, honestly. That guy's an absolute joke. Seriously. Absolute joke. We know Simon Jordan is going to go in on AJ tomorrow. That's for sure. I mean, that is a given. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You know? This Chris Eubank guy, man, I'm just, looking through, just seeing updates. I mean, apparently him and Conor Benn has been put out there. Is there something? I mean, he's in the top ranked gym, shadowboxing. I mean, I don't know, man, these guys. It must be easy, man. I mean, these boxers got all the money in the world, it seems. Oh, Roy Jones fought as well. Yeah, Roy Jones Jr. Let me see. Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones. He fought Anthony Pettis. Majority decision, huh? Wow. Really? He got only majority decision? This is actually on BoxRec. That's crazy. 74-78. 76-76 was a draw. 75-77. Come on. What was this at? Was this at cruiserweight? This was at cruiserweight. There's no way. 199, 198 and a half. Five years since Roy boxed in a pro fight. But he had the exhibition with Tyson. Cruiserweight fight. 8 rounds. My goodness. That is ridiculous, I think. Manuel Charr needs to move out the way forever. Oh, I like that comment, Adari. That is, and I think the emojis definitely match what you say. He needs to go, man. Like, he needs to just shut up and just move out the way, because I'm not trying to hear him, bang on about all that stuff. Just these boxers, man, they get paid a crap ton of money, dude. Oh my goodness. Crazy mad, dude. That top rank event was crap today. I saw a bit of that Dog Bay fight. That was terrible, that. But yeah, I agree with the Manuel Charr position. I sound a bit tired, guys. I'm just a bit sleepy, really. I think it's just time difference. Big time different. The time difference and everything. I woke up early, I guess, and I did a lot today, so that's probably why. Whew, my goodness. Like I said, apologies for my annoying yawning. Dari Pennant put another comment. UFC is pointless because they knock out a lot of people with their hands. Might as well do boxing and make big millions that way. I mean, I think Roy Jones probably got paid well today, but I mean, Anthony Pettis was a cruiserweight today. Anthony Pettis was a lightweight champion in the UFC. I mean, it's crazy. He was a lightweight champion in the UFC. I mean, that is crazy ridiculous. Oh, man. That is nuts. Straight up. That is funny. Just like, he's fighting Roy Jones in a fucking pro fight. Roy Jones is 54 years old, man. He's 54 years old. Come on, he's 54 years old. He looked terrible, by the way, as for his body. I mean, dude, the guy has got 10 losses. 10 losses he's got, the guy. 10. I mean, it's a piss take, honestly. Got Derek Chisora hanging around. Yeah, everyone was there for the AJ fight, man. You know. Oh, man, Chisora loves AJ. My goodness. He's obsessed with the guy, man. I swear down. He just loves AJ, man. Like, he's just obsessed with him. You know? He should focus on himself. You know? Dillian Whyte. Let me see if he's said anything. He's in Fabio Wardley's locker room. That was weird how he was sitting there. Let me see this. Oh my lord. Dude. That's gotta be a circus. Yeah, you're right, Dari Pennant. He needs to retire from boxing forever. I'm gonna put that comment up because that's a good comment you got there. It's a good comment. WBC president Ramirez Suleiman needs to be fired from boxing forever. Well, I don't think he can be fired. I know what you mean, like excluded, like kind of taken out in terms of not be put in charge of not be put in charge of you know, of boxing, you know. Fabio Wardley versus Stephen Shaw would be a good boxing match. Yeah, right. That would be terrible, dude. Honestly. If Fabio is fighting Shaw and he's losing that fight, he's got to resort to bullshit overhands and rabbit punches. He'll do that, man. Fabio is really, really bad, man. He's really bad. He's really bad. And he does not take a punch well at all. In my opinion. He just doesn't. No way. I didn't used to mind him when he was starting up, but these guys, man, they get a little bit of confidence and they just say stupid shit. And then they fight worse, which is even worse, you know? But Matchroom aren't really interested in... I don't know. Matchroom got funny matchmaking. They got really funny matchmaking. You know? It's either one-sided or it's like, you know, a nail skin. Banana skin, sorry. For some fighters out there. You know, but that fight ain't happening. You gotta understand there's networks, you know, do the networks want them on? Are they gonna be on the main card or they gotta be on an undercard? You know, are they draws, some of these fighters that get on the card? You know, do they have any disputes? The weight, whether they're heavyweight or you know, if they're below heavyweight, they gotta make the weight. You know, commission, networks, promotions, you know, like country even. It's not all that simple. There's a lot that goes into it, you know. It was a bit more simple back in the days of Don King. Early 2000s fights were easy to make, you know. Commissions would let anyone fight pretty much from then on, you know. In the US, it's not hard to get a boxing license. Anyone can get it, you know. Anyone can get it. Wardley versus Hunter would be interesting. Nah, not in my opinion. I mean, Hunter would just box him up. I like Michael Hunter, but I don't know what he's doing. You know, he's just. I mean, a draw with Jerry Forrest is no good, dude. No good at all, man. No good, no good, no good, no good. Michael Hunter. It's funny, he was a cruiserweight and he's a heavyweight that's moved up. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Usyk again. That would be interesting. The same thing happens, really. I mean, he's slower. You know, his father was a good boxer, though. His father was pretty good. You know, no one knows Michael Hunter, really. No one knows who Michael Hunter is. You know, he doesn't have the most exciting style, although he can be in good fights. You know, he definitely can. I think him versus AJ would have been interesting, actually. You know, I'm just checking his Instagram. The fastest hands in the West. Lol. Number 1 American heavyweight. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with his career, man. It's weird. Yeah. I mean, it's whatever. They should just get rid of the cruiserweight division because the majority of them are heavyweights. I mean, Lawrence Okole's a heavyweight. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, he is ridiculous, that guy. With how big he is. He's crazy big, man. He's a massive dude. He is so big, man. You know? He's big. He was with Shane McGuigan, I believe, and then now he's left him for Sugar Hill. So I wonder how Shane took that. I'm just actually looking because those McGuigans, man, they're really not trustworthy people. You know? Just trying to see. Shane McGuigan. Lawrence Okole split. I'm pretty sure they're done. Disappointing. We tried our best. I don't know why that's a problem though. I mean, for Shane, like Shane is I don't know. Shane is just always he's always getting good fighters, you know, thrown at him. You know, I don't know what the real problem is. Like, he's lucky to work with them in the first place. I think that's the main thing. Like, you know, he should be happy with that. That will be Lawrence's last trainer, in my opinion. You know, it most likely will. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get out of here, man. I'm just like, I'm running on empty fumes here, I think. But thanks guys for it's just shy of an hour on this stream, so that's okay. But thought I'd just give some of my thoughts on the fight. And we talked about some other topics, so that's okay. Again, thanks to those who stopped by. I appreciate you guys, and don't let people give you a hard time. I appreciate you stopping by and giving your comments. It's always good for engagement. You know, it's a good thing to do. You know, don't get bothered by what people say, especially in this boxing sphere. And yeah, just take care, guys. Take good care of yourselves, you know. Watch out for all the crazy stuff out there in the world. And I'll see you soon. You know, hopefully on another stream that is positive, I guess, you know. Because I didn't talk too negative on this stream. Sometimes I downplay a bit, you know, some topics, whatnot. But yeah. I'll be out. See you guys. Peace.